Typhoon Haiyan, also called Super Typhoon Yolanda, is the deadliest recorded typhoon in the history of the Philippines. It devastated many Pacific islands, the Philippines, China, and even Vietnam. This Category 5 super typhoon devastated many, including taking the lives of more than 6,000 individuals and still 2,000 people left to be found. On November 3, 2013, a tropical depression began its journey westward from Pohnpei, but quickly strengthened into a tropical storm by November 4, which is when the Japan Meteorological Agency named it Haiyan. Nobody knew what devastating effects it would cause in the near future. Haiyan kept growing, and by November 6, it was classified as a typhoon and arrived into the Philippines' area of responsibility. The Japan Meteorological Agency assessed Typhoon Haiyan as a Category 5 super typhoon, as wind speeds peaked at 315 kilometers an hour and had no signs of stopping. It went over the island nations of Palau and Micronesia before it set its eyes on the Philippines. At 4:40 a.m. on November 7, Typhoon Haiyan crashed into the Philippines, setting the record of the strongest storm to hit land until it was broken in 2020. As it entered the South China Sea, it began to calm down as it fell to a severe tropical storm status, and then a tropical storm as it finished its wreckage in Vietnam and South China. The Philippines was hit the hardest by the typhoon as Haiyan slammed into her at its highest potential. During the dreadful storm, 6,300 people died in the Philippines, 1.9 million people were left homeless, more than 6 million people were displaced, and around 130,000 homes were destroyed. Geographers believed that Typhoon Haiyan had such detrimental casualties was because people didn't care. No one thought that Haiyan would be so deadly as they had already been hit by 12 other typhoons in 2013, and none were this catastrophic. In addition to this, many ports around the Philippines were destroyed, delaying evacuations and much needed aid, adding to the death toll. With many infrastructure, factories, farms, and ports destroyed, the Filipino economy suffered, and in the end caused over $2.98 billion in damage. Other nations like China, Taiwan, Vietnam, Micronesia, and Palau suffered a total of 52 deaths, with hundreds of thousands others evacuated as they saw their houses destroyed by floods and winds. As news reached the global scale, over 40 nations provided foreign aid to the Philippines in forms of cash donations, humanitarian aid and supplies, and rescue teams. The most notable being the United Kingdom with $131 million being donated. 1,215 evacuation camps were also set up, but relief trucks sent to those camps were often attacked and looted. Moreover, thousands if not millions of posts were sent online, showing the devastating effects of Haiyan, but more importantly, many people were criticizing the Philippine government's slow response. Over 11.5 million people were affected by the disastrous typhoon, and blame is all on the Philippine government for the lack of preparation. But the world should use this as an example in the future to avoid or utilize measures used during Typhoon Haiyan. Ultimately a tragic loss, and no other typhoons have caused such detrimental effects until